What's going on, everybody? Tom here with Keto Lifestyle, and welcome to day 2 of KetoCon 2019. Now you can see the Expo behind me once again, and today is going to be a lot of just going and listening to people talk. Dr. Sean Baker's on right now, then we're going to go see the Keto Savage himself, Robert Sykes, and do a few things like that. Now, I was talking with the people over at Cauli Foods earlier that make a cauliflower crust, and they want me to come back when Thomas DeLauer's around 12:45, so I'm going to go do that. I've never met him before. I think that'll be a cool experience. And then aside from that, there's some vendors that I ran into yesterday that I think make a really cool product and are changing things that you probably already use in a way that I think really benefits the community. So I'm going to go through and maybe spotlight a few of those guys. So hang on tight so we can check out today's day at KetoCon. Alright everybody, I am here with Dave from Shrewd Foods, and you guys know me, I am obsessed with potato chips, popcorn, anything crunchy, salty, and they've got themselves a keto-friendly cheese puff that he's going to go ahead and kind of explain to you guys what he's got here going on.
So basically we take our protein powder, we puff it, we put just enough seasoning on it to make it taste good. So we're 67% protein. This single serve bag has 2 grams of carbs and 14 grams of protein. So it's an off-the-chart level, 67%. And the best part about it is it satisfies the craving for crunch that people have while still being an off-the-chart healthy food.
So this would be more for like your kind of like protein substitutes, or just on the go, throw it in a bag, and it really does remind me of like those big buckets of cheese puffs you get. Now it's not as greasy, so your hands aren't going to get covered in it. It's a kind of a very nice product, a lot of crunch to it, and plenty of flavor going on those balls. So now if you want to tell the camera, where are you guys available at?
So we're the number 5 selling chip on Amazon, so you can find us on Amazon. We have 8 different varieties there, and we're getting into Whole Foods and a whole bunch of other retailers, so look for us soon at a market near you.
All right, well Dave, I appreciate your help, and congratulations on a great product, man.
Thanks.
All right everybody, we are here at KetoCon 2019, and I just met up with Sun with iSense. They make a new product called the Kidosense. It is a new keto blood ketone meter, and it's a little bit different than the things that we've experienced in the past, so I'm just here with them. I want to let them explain what is so special about this product compared to the other ones on the market.
All right, very nice meeting you, everybody. So my name is Sun from iSense USA. We're out here with the KetoCon with Kidosense that we're promoting. That's been launching on Amazon.com for about 2.5 months, gaining a lot of traction. So really wanted to explain a few differences between some of the competitors out there in Amazon. So one of the key differences is that this is no coating technology, meaning that it doesn't require code chip, it doesn't require coding process. Any code that comes to strips, this can automatically read. So that is the biggest advantage that our users have. The other is it requires less blood sample to use, 0.5 microliter. For some people, they don't care, but for a lot of people, it matters a lot. So, and the other thing is that it takes less seconds, so it only takes 8 seconds to measure. And one other thing that is most important is the strip packaging. So individually foil packaged strip, meaning that it doesn't go into vial. In other words, when you open a vial, you have 6-month expiry to really worry about, right? So this, you don't have to worry about it. We have 18 months of expiry that can last forever. You can throw this in the air, throw it on the ground. As long as you don't package them, you're good to go. So in terms of Amazon, please find us, Kidosense, search it on Amazon.com. Right now the prices for the starter kit, 10-count strip, 10-count lancet, and all the meters and packaging is at $45. And for strip, it's 50-count strip with 50-count lancet, so you don't need to buy lancet separately. And it's gonna all come in one box at $53. Starting next week, it's at $55, but it will be $53 next week. So by the time you view this, it'll be $53 on Amazon. So yeah, look for us, find us, and follow us on Amazon.com.
And the thing I really like about this, like as a YouTuber myself, guys, is you can see that, right? You guys know me with the Keto Mojo. I'm sitting here doing this stuff all day long. This thing's clear as day with the black backlight. That's fantastic. So, Son, I do really appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Tom.
And I wish you the best of luck with the product, man.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
All right, everybody. I'm here with Karen from Lavina, and we're here at KetoCon 2019 with a product they're making. It's a shirataki noodle. Now, I've tried this stuff. It doesn't have the smell. It kind of tastes like a ramen. The texture's a lot better. And she's here to explain to us what they're doing different and what makes the product so much more unique than the other ones on the market. So I'm going to hand it to her.
Thank you. Well, we have Lavina, that's a brand new to the US, and we have a new formula that actually has removed the odor, which often is a real drawback to these products. But we've come up with a new formula. We use citric acid to preserve it, but that really takes away that is grown like a bee, grows on the mountaintops of Asia, and we harvest it to make it into flour. And we make spaghetti, fettuccine, penne, and rice shaped. So that's really our story. We've heard from a lot of folks today at KetoCon that in addition to pasta dishes, the rice shaped is also really a big gateway to dishes like fried rice and risotto and replacing their cauliflower rice. So lots of great ideas that's coming from shirataki.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And another thing that I was told, you don't really have to wash this stuff. Now, is that just the processing process? You don't have to worry about the chemicals that most other brands are using?
Correct. So other brands use something called calcium hydroxide. That adds that fishy smell. We use citric acid because it's a lot more natural, which removes that fishy smell. So for Lavina shirataki, all you do is you open the pouch, you drain it into a colander, you rinse it once, and then you can add your sauce, heat it on your stove. So it's a pretty quick preparation.
Awesome. Where can these guys find it if they're interested?
Great question. So find us at lavivafoods.com. That's our brand new website, or follow us on Instagram, Facebook at Laviva Foods. We're going to be launching on Amazon in the next week or two. We just got picked up by Sprouts, so look for us in September, and all over the U.S. We're starting to make our way across. So thanks and thank you.
Yeah, awesome. I appreciate it. Guys, I've been messing with the shirataki and konjac noodle kind of stuff for a while now, and you guys know I've had certain preferences. This one is definitely my favorite so far. The texture is definitely there. Not having to wash it for 10 minutes is a huge benefit when I'm in a rush. So I do appreciate your time, and thanks for everything you guys are doing. All right, everybody. I'm here with Amanda from Kyoto Law, and they make a ketogenic candy bar that is in a lot of ways different than like Lily's chocolate we're all used to. So I'm going to turn it over to her to explain what's different about this product and why it's so great.
So our product is manufactured in Quebec, Canada, with all natural ingredients. Our primary ingredients are cocoa butter, cacao. We use a monk fruit as our primary sweetener with a little bit of erythritol and coconut oil, and that is the base of our chocolate. We have professional French chocolatiers that hand make all of our chocolate, and we don't add any soy lecithin or any other lecithins. We don't add any fibers. There's no chocolate liqueur. It is pure chocolate. It is a higher cacao content than most companies. It's 85% cacao. The highest with Lily's is 70%. But it doesn't have the bitterness typically of dark chocolate. It's very smooth, and you can eat just a little bit, and it's very satisfying. There's 2 net carbs in half a bar.
Half a bar, okay.
So a whole bar is 4 net carbs, and we have several flavors here if you'd like to look. Today we have almond, we have sea salt. This is with coffee beans, and this is our natural plain chocolate bar.
Now, also, you had mentioned to me that it's seasonally. You guys have like assorted boxes, and she had one out yesterday, and it had like phenomenal looking chocolates. They were all colorful craft chocolates. Now, when do those come out? What are they?
Okay, so those come out in the fall. They're limited availability. They're not in a lot of stores yet, but we are working on that because a lot of people do want them, but it's expensive to ship to the United States. But I can show you. This is an example of our artistic work on our keto bonbons and truffles. For 6 pieces is 2 carbs, 2 net carbs.
That's phenomenal. Now,
all hand done, hand painted.
they're beautiful.
Artisanal.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, for all these people out there that are wondering where they can get this, where can they find your product?
Okay, so the bars are available online. We're only in limited stores right now because we are a new company, but we're in a few stores in the Tampa and Orlando area. We're in Delights here in Austin, the ice cream shack, and every day we're working to get into new stores. We're all available online, ketolot.com, but we ship with dry ice, so it's a little expensive for shipping, but
Not too bad.
right.
Order a few bars if you're going to order them.
If you're going to order online, you want to order enough to, get you through for a while. Our bars have a 1-year shelf life on them, so I would recommend getting enough to make it worthwhile for the shipping. But like I said, we're working with several bigger stores. I won't name any names yet until it's official, but we're looking to be on
chocolate bar. My thing, I love salted caramel, I love salted chocolate, so they do have a salted variety. If you're anything like me, give that a shot, and thank you for your time, and great product.
Thank you for the video. Thanks.
Alright everybody, day 2 of KetoCon is over, and I'm going to show you guys the haul from today. Now you did see some of the interviews with some of the vendors, and then I'm going to show you guys all the stuff that I got, because I didn't get an interview with everybody, but there were some really, really cool products. And then afterwards, there's a few things that kind of just irked me today, and if you'll indulge, I just like to bitch about them, get it off my chest. It is what it is, but there were some things that I think KetoCon really should have thought about and should have done better, and it's bothering me. So let me show you the cool stuff first, and then we'll get into that. First things first, I have this bag here that is just full of swag and cool free samples. So Miracle Noodles, everybody knows Miracle Noodle, right? They have these new products that are basically just meals in a bag. This one's a Thai Tom Yum. This is a beef broth noodle soup. It's almost like a pho, it looks like. This is a vegan pho. Next up is from Visionary Foods, this Nutella granola. This stuff is really freaking good, guys. I mean, I have a keto granola recipe, but this stuff actually almost feels like graham crackery. Now, people are gonna complain because there are some prunes, some carrots in it, whatever. The sugar's not that bad, and there's a lot of micronutrients in those products, and there's not very much in there. So I'm willing to give it a pass. Goody's got his name on it, he's willing to give it a pass. There's a ton of people who support this product and are willing to give those, the carrots a pass, because carrots can be a little bit carby, but there are a ton of micros in there. So you know what? I'm willing to give it a pass too, because this stuff is freaking awesome. Let's see, Cauliflower Foods, they're making the cauliflower pizza crust, the original cauliflower pizza crust. Hooked us up with some shirts today, and honestly guys, they were a really cool group of people. We were talking to them early in the morning. They invited us back to kind of meet Thomas DeLauer because they had him over for a kind of a signing and stuff. So we went back, saw them, and honestly, they were really just receptive to us. They want to send me some things to try out, and I haven't really been a big fan or really tried the cauliflower crust. There are a lot of them on the market right now, but I haven't really gotten much into them because they're hard to find. I find them to be kind of expensive if I can find them in stores. So I'm very excited to get some samples from them, and they are going to be spreading into a broader market, so hopefully that solves that problem where it's expensive and hard to find. Other cool things would be these Stoker bars. They are keto granola bar kind of things, and really, really good. But the thing I was more excited about, and they wouldn't actually give me any, they are making a keto marshmallow fluff. So I'm sitting there thinking in my head, keto fudge, that'd be perfect, because that's the thing we're missing to make a really good keto fudge is that marshmallow fluff. So they're supposed to be launching that in a few months. Don't get me wrong, their granola bars are really, really good, but come on guys, that marshmallow fluff is awesome. I wish they would have let me take one, but it's still a prototype, so they can't. And then the rest of the things in this bag are these Shrewd Food cheese puffs. Now he gave me a ton of these things. You guys would have seen an interview with him by now, although I'm not sure how I'm gonna edit this. We'll see. But these things are killer. You guys know I'm addicted to potato chips, or at least I was when I was really large. These are a little bit higher in protein than I would like, but they are fantastic, and they don't leave a greasy residue on your fingers. They're fantastic for what they are. Now, some people are gonna say, well, they're not really keto because the protein's so high, the fat's a little bit lower. I agree with you, but there's some interesting studies coming out right now showing that once you are fat adapted, the gluconeogenesis problem is not as bad as previously speculated. Now, it still does exist. We're not going to say that it doesn't exist, but talking to a lot of people today and listening to a lot of the science boards, I'm not really convinced that it's a problem once you're fat adapted. Early on, when you're first starting out, yes, it can be a big deal, but once you've been doing this for a long time, it seems like it's not that big of a deal to be a little bit higher on protein than we previously thought. So hey, I'm always willing to change my views and opinions as I see new science come out, and it seems like at the certain point, and they haven't decided where that point is, it no longer becomes as big of a problem. But that's just it. Science is always changing, people are always discovering new things, and you have to be willing to adjust your viewpoint to see it. Yes, this beer is keto. It's a Michelob Ultra. It's their golden variety, still 2.5 net carbs. Anyway, guys, it's getting kind of awkward in the KetoCon area because for whatever reason, they decided it was a great idea to put the people who are in direct competition with each other right freaking next to each other. So you leave one booth after talking to some people, and then they come over and grab you and so let me back up here for a second. I had an issue today where I was talking to these people from Lavina Foods. They make a new keto shirataki noodle, which I actually really enjoyed. I enjoyed the texture of it. It was almost like ramen. They use a bit of oat fiber in there, which is a debatable thing whether or not it's keto. It's the outer husk of the oat, so it's completely insoluble. And people say, well, because it's from an oat, then there's no way it can be keto. Well, I can make that same argument for erythritol because it comes from corn, even though it's distilled to the point where your body can't tolerate or can't absorb anything from it. The same argument can be made that to allow oat fiber into a keto diet because it's the husk of the oat and your body can't actually absorb it, so it doesn't matter. Play the game however you want. If you allow oat fiber in your diet, I actually really like those Lavina noodles, and since they're from Canada, they're new to the market in the US, I wanted to talk to the people and kind of get a feel for the company and let them tell you guys about themselves and what they do. Anyway, as soon as I leave that booth and filming with them, the mother of the owner of Miracle Noodles came over and kind of was a little bit upset with the way that the Lavina people were talking about the smell of their product and things like that. And maybe rightfully so. Maybe there's like some business rivalry there that needs to be worked out. But I'm neither of the businesses, and my thoughts and opinions on the matter really don't matter to anybody. So that seemed a little bit off-putting to me. Like, I didn't want to be in that situation where, you know, I've got these vendors fighting to, you know, shove their ideas into your head and make sure that they're right. And it all ended up working out well. I ended up sitting down talking with the owner of Miracle Noodles, the founder of it, and you know, he's done some reformulation to get rid of the smells and things like that. So that's fantastic. But it was really just an awkward experience, and I think it's something that KetoCon really needs to think about, because I've noticed this with other vendors. The intact cheese that we talked about yesterday, they're right next to Moon Cheese. All of the keto cookies are clumped together. Like, it seems like a really bad idea for people to be pitching their products in front of their competitors and then, you know, trying to describe why they are better, why they are different, and then having their competitors trying to like jump in there and like shut them down. Like, it's just this uncomfortable situation. And I think that could have been done better. Let's spread them out a little bit. Let's give them their space. They can pitch their products the way they want to pitch it, and let the consumers like myself make the decision on what's right. Okay, now that that's over, I'm sorry guys, I had to get it off my chest. It's been a frustrating and awkward experience, and I wasn't very fond of it. Another thing that sucks. Okay, things that are not keto are everywhere. Like, literally everywhere. And that is the most frustrating thing ever, because you look at KetoCon's website, they're like banned ingredients like sugar. I go to booths, you flip it over, and there's literally sugar in the product. There's barbecue sauces there that have molasses in them. There's coffees that have coconut sugar. Just because it's coconut sugar doesn't mean that it's not sugar. So it was a very frustrating experience to be like wanting to sample things, check things out. I saw some lady lose it on a company for having honey in their products, and maybe rightfully so, because hey, this is KetoCon. Like, we are all on the ketogenic diet or some form of the ketogenic diet. Those ingredients are banned according to KetoCon. Who's enforcing this? Why aren't they stopping these people? Who is fact-checking the labels? Who is allowing these people to do this? Because honestly, we're going there with expecting not to have to read the ingredients on everything. Though you should always check the ingredient label, I didn't think that would be an issue at an expo like this, where they are pitching to the keto market and there's a list of ingredients that you're not allowed to have in your products, but nobody's listening to it. What's the point of having a banned list and making it a keto expo if people can do whatever the hell they want and sell it as a keto product? That's not the point of this. The point is them to show off real ketogenic products. And if you ban an ingredient, you better check with the people showing off at your expo to make sure they're not using the damn ingredient. Next thing was seating. Now, there were a lot of talks and a lot of really good science that I wanted to hear. Unfortunately, there were no seats left in the house. While that is a good thing for the keto community, that there are so many people there, so many, people wanting to learn about keto, it's a bit frustrating for people who bought tickets to the event to not be able to sit and listen to the speakers that they paid to listen to. And there are a couple little offshoots on the side where you can kind of see and kind of hear what's going on. It's not as personal, and you kind of muffled because the angle of the speakers, or like the actual speaker towers, are angled inward towards the audience, as they should be. But if you're on the outside of them, you can't really hear what's going on the stage. So it's a little bit frustrating when you have to get up and use the bathroom and your seat gets taken. You can't get back into the actual arena area. So you're stuck standing on an offshoot and you can't really hear what's going on. Paid a lot of money to go to these expos, and it'd be nice if there were adequate seating. So those are just some of the things that kind of came on my mind over the past couple days. And it made it a little bit uncomfortable. If I had to rank them, like, the seating is kind of the least of my concern, because like, you could have someone hold your seat, I could leave a bag there, I could do whatever, but it's just something that was on my mind. Anyway, there was a lot of good that came from today as well. You know, I met a lot of new cool people. I made a lot of contacts at a lot of companies that I want to work with, and it's gonna do great for this channel and things to come. There's a lot of people that are gonna be sending me products to review and things that you guys may not have heard of, which I'm very excited about, because when there's a product that I enjoy and it's actually a true keto product that I think you guys will benefit from, I want to show it to you. Even if I don't get a kickback from, you know, doing anything, if I just get some product from them, because I can't always afford to buy everything I want to try. If they can send me some product that way I can use the funds to buy something that maybe they won't send me for free, that's great. But then I can at least show you guys the things that I think are cool and that I think will benefit you. And I've been making a lot of those contacts on this trip, which is absolutely the point of it, which is why I'm here. I've also met a ton of other YouTubers, Instagrammers, and that has been an amazing thing. So I don't want you guys to take away that, you know, I'm just angry at this trip. I'm really happy with everything that's happened so far. But there are those few things that it puts me in a weird spot, and that's totally on KetoCon. They are just kind of dropping the ball on that stuff. But beyond that, guys, it has been fantastic, and I'm excited for day 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the video here because there's a little jazz concert down there tonight we're gonna go to, and then I'm probably gonna crash because I'm absolutely exhausted. So with that, I'm gonna close the video. If you like the video, leave it a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed yet, do me a huge favor, guys. Hit that subscribe button, show some love, and I will see you in the next one.